Hello everybody and welcome to something a little bit new. So today we are going to be reacting to a video, and I want to get one thing straight. I don't do reaction videos because they're kind of stinky, I should say. They're pretty lazy and you're just kind of sitting here reacting to something, watching somebody else's video, somebody else's content, something else that somebody else put work in, and you're just giving your own feedback on it. I don't really do reaction videos unless of certain circumstances. This is one of those instances. So we're going to be reacting to a trailer for a new upcoming Hajime no Ippo game. You know me. I love Hajime no Ippo so much. And I've already watched this. I've already caught up with this. I've already immediately joined the Discord, immediately bought the donation. I saw that they had a clothing group, bought some clothes from there even. That's just how much I love Ippo, but that's besides the point. The reason why we're going to be reacting to this is because my friend sent me other people reacting to this, one other person reacting to this, and it was just so very atrocious. I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but it just, as the #1 Hajime no Ippo fan, as I've said that I myself am, I didn't like it. So I'm going to react to this myself, and I'm going to give you my own feedback on it. So, first things first, this is going to be muted, so you're going to have to watch this trailer yourself. Oh sheep, why is it muted? Well, in case you don't know, they use official Hajime no Ippo themes. No, right. Everybody that's reacted to this says that they like Ippo, I think. Probably. Then they proceed to play it with the music on. Goodbye to your money, for starters. As you see here, they got copyrighted by 3 companies that, you know, made the Ippo songs. Understar, one of my favorites. Weight of My Pride. I didn't really like Weight of My Pride, I'll be honest with you. And I don't know what Irritation is off the top of my head even. But, yeah, we're gonna be watching this muted. You can probably, like, mess with the audio or anything, but my audio tracks are, like, converged. So, if I wanted to do that, I would have to send it to Mixer, but I want to do this myself. Because this is, like, 5 minutes long. I know that my face cam is kind of obstructing it, but I don't want to go and, like, I don't want to make it small. Because then I have to, like, if I want to do that, I have to make it, like, this small. And that's kind of annoying. So you're just going to have to watch it yourself again. And plus, it's muted anyway. But yeah, we're going to watch this and see how it's going on. So let's do this. See how it goes. So it starts off with the boxing back room on a TV, and it says continue character helps. This is like the starting screen. And he's going to go and pick continue. And then I think they start off with all the, like, players running in a park. Oh no, this is the school? Okay. And they come out of the school. These are all real players, I'm assuming. I don't think that these are, like, I think these are players helping make the trailer. Why is there a trash can on fire? Realizing. Then there's Kamigawa Gym, which is very important. You love Kamigawa Gym. And they all come on in, and they start boxing. Now, one really important thing I want to point out, if they get to the boxing match. Yep, here's the boxing match, right? You see that little, like, dash he did right there? If I can, like, get back to it. Get to that dash. Right there. You see that little, like, psh, right there? If you go a little bit further, it's like dashing like that. He'll make a little, like, psh sound effect. And that's the boxers doing, like, a step-in, they call it, off of the mat. They're using their toes to kind of propel themselves forward a little bit. And that's just a technique I wanted to point out. And it makes a very nice, satisfying sound effect, and I love it so much. They also have the sound effect of the frickin' the boxing gloves hitting each other and everything, and it's just so very nice sound effects. And I'm still working on that thing from April. Oh, corkscrew blow, that's Date Eji's move. Very, very nice. Now, one thing that annoys me about this game is we'll see it later on, but for now, just enjoy this. He cancels the corkscrew blow right there, and the liver blow, that's actually he gets downed. Liver blow is kind of a universal technique. Mostly Ippo uses it, but liver blow's universal. It's basically just a hit to the side of somebody. Very good. But, yeah, you'll see here that, like, everyone's like, oh, that guy just said jolt counter. One thing that annoys me about this, too, is, like, everybody kind of screams out their moves when, in reality, a boxer will completely silent. Not even in Ippo will they scream out their moves. And when in Ippo they're boxing, they're actually just thinking to themselves. Right there, he did jolt counter. And one thing that's scaring me with jolt counter is that the instant that he's using that, see this, right? Here, do it again for me. It doesn't look like he actually got hit to use that, which is, it's a counter. You're supposed to get hit to use that, but I mean, okay. Also, the way that jolt counter works is that it's a counter that bursts you forward, so you go boom like that. Whereas this guy just kind of just... So, I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, maybe I'm just being too much of an Epo nerd. And maybe the devs have some sort of other vision. White Fang, that's Vorg Zangief's moves. Jolt counter is Miyata. And right here we see some very important statistics here now. I will actually move my face cam for a little bit so you can kind of notice right here we have energy, I'm assuming, hunger, thirst, and then what is this? Heat, maybe? I don't know what's going on right here. Maybe that's health, and it just goes from like green, yellow, red. Like at first I thought it was health. But, like, now I'm not so sure. And then we've got... But, like, health is also here. And that's why I'm like, is this heat? Is this, like, your body heat? And, like, that. And then that's assuming that's stamina. And we've got an in-combat thing right here. And then also, right here, you'll notice this guy's name is Anthony Butler. And what concerned me right here with this is the fact that this is making me immediately dart over to, oh my god, is this going to be a rogue-type game? But also, like, why would they do that? Alright, because here's the thing. In-combat mechanics are to prevent people from leaving the game, combat logging, stuff like that. Boxing. Two people in a ring are fighting each other, okay? If you log, this is what's going to happen if you log in a boxing match. 1, the other person is going to win. And 2, the person who logged basically just forfeited. There's practically no reason to have an in-combat system in this scenario. Because if you log, you're basically just forfeiting the match and the other person just wins for free. And 2, losing experience or whatever type of system that they're doing here, I don't know what they're going for, because again, this is just a teaser trailer. Whatever they're going for here, I don't know. And if this is like a roguelike system, what will you be losing here? Are you telling me if I lose a boxing match, I'm going to lose my training? Am I gonna lose a boxing match and my coach is just gonna come over and go, I'm sorry, Sonny, you can't use the White Fang anymore? And I'm gonna be like, what do you mean, coach? What do you mean I can't use the White Fang? And he's like, I've taken it from your memory. And I'm just gonna be like, what do you mean? Whoa! And he just comes out of my memory, comes out of my skull. Like, what? Uh-huh. He's holding the core memory of my White Fang and he cracks it right there on the spot. And I look over at the remnants of my White Fang technique on the ground. I'm just like, why would you do that, coach? And he's like, yeah, you lost the title match. Huh? Because I logged, I lose my White Fang? What's going on? I just don't see what the use of this in-combat mechanic is here. And it also says your blood is pumping, because that's like supposed to be like what they mean by like you can't log, don't leave, or else you're gonna, I don't know. Or maybe it's actually just means like you're in combat, like you're oh angry man. Because again, I don't know, I'm just making assumptions because this is a teaser trailer and this is how you're supposed to react to stuff. But also, it looks like there are people in the background, so it looks like you can spectate other people's matches, which is nice. So anyway, let's keep watching. Okay. So now we're actually getting an in-depth version of the combat. You'll notice that the blue bar of stamina, you're going to need that. What did you just use? White Fang. You're going to need that stamina to actually fight back, so you will have to back off. You can't just be relentless, which is good, because that's pretty accurate to boxing. There is one game on Roblox called Robloxing, which I absolutely despise, because it is literally in the description. It says, this is not an accurate boxing game. This will not give you a realistic system of boxing. Right there, he used Gazelle Punch, which is a more accurate move of Makunouchi Ippo, or Ippo Makunouchi, I should say. Like a lowered sprinting uppercut, you'll jolt forward and do a boom uppercut that kind of springs you forward, and also opponent goes flying. I don't know why he went so up the ground there. It's a little over exaggerated, to be honest, but yeah. White Fangs of Vorg Zangief's again. Oh, wait, did he just weave? I know there's memes of like weaving and stuff, but I think he actually did back. He just did a back weave. Or a sway? It was probably a sway realistically. But what a sway is basically like someone throws a punch at you and you just kind of go boom, boom. It's kind of like one of those. That might be, and we know that corkscrew blows in it, so there might be the possibility of you learning passive techniques like the neck slip, where basically what the neck slip is it's one of Date Eiji's techniques where when you get punched, you can actually slip your neck to the momentum of the punch so that you nullify the damage mostly. I'd say about 80-85%-ish Now we get a perspective of this guy. Now this is where it gets concerning. Take notes, folks. Right here. Look at his skill set. Gazelle Punch, Jolt Counter, White Fang, Corkscrew Blow, and Liver Blow. This is my concern. Right off the bat. Because Gazelle Punch is a move of Makunouchi Ippo. Featherweight Infighter. Jolt Counter. Miyata Ichiro. That's the last name. I figured it out. Miyata Ichiro. Jolt Counter. Outboxer. Counter Puncher. Those are two different types of boxers. Granted, they're in the same weight class. However, they're two very different types of boxers. So this makes me be afraid that if there's some sort of, you know, type of training or boxing or anything, you'll just be able to learn different types of moves. Now, I'm not very experienced in the real world of boxing right now, but usually when you take up boxing, you're going to be focused on one type of boxing. You're not going to be like, okay, I want to be an infighter, and the coach is going to be like, okay, what do you want to learn? You're going to be like, I want to learn how to counter, and the guy's going to be like, an infighter who counters? Huh? An infighter who counters, huh? Okay, what kind of technique do you want to use? I also want to learn how to do a corkscrew blow, a technique where you jump back. An infighter who jumps back, huh? Infighter who counters and also stays away from the opponent, huh? You're gonna be that guy, huh? Seriously? I just don't know what is going on here. I'm really hoping that this is just for the sake of the trailer and showing off every single move. That's what my best case scenario is in the head right now. That they're only giving them all these moves just for the sake of this is for the trailer. Okay? That's what my scenario is. Oh, I really hope so. Also, for the stamina system, because of that stamina system they have, you can't just spam all those moves, which is also really nice. But I'm really hoping that at the most you can use 3 moves because of a certain best case scenario I have in my head. Also, that right there, that's also super annoying because that just confirms that they did the Jolt Counter wrong. Because that guy used Jolt Counter, and then the other guy just used Jolt Counter, so that confirms that they don't actually do a counter, and it's just some sort of punch, which completely ruins how it works in the show and manga. So, like, counters are probably going to be awful in this game. Counters are probably going to be 0 out of 10. But, like, a counter is when somebody throws a punch, right? And then you just counter that punch and hit them before they hit you, and you hit them with 2 times the power or something like that. It stinks. It really does. Take a page from Ashita no Joe, Tomorrow's Joe, where what Joe did, he would do what is called a cross counter, where the opponent would hit him, but he would hit them at the same time. So yes, Joe would get hit, but the opponent would also get hit. The difference is that the opponent would get hit with 3 times the power, because it's a cross counter. So when he fought Wolf, when he did a cross counter against Wolf, you know, Joe, you know, backed up like, oh, brother, that was a hard hit. And the Wolf was like, yeah, you're done for, and fell to the ground. And the referee comes over like, oh brother, yeah, cancel the match. My goodness, this guy's gone. Oh my, they both flew up with that Gazelle Punch, but yeah, Joe's a better example of a counter puncher, I would say, than, no, he's not a better example of a counter puncher than Miyata, because Miyata doesn't get hit because he's much more fragile. Does a better showing of the White Fang since he missed because of the effects. But Joe's not a good example of a counter puncher since Joe's more capable of taking hits than Miyata, whereas Miyata is more frail, so he avoids taking the hits. But yeah, this Jolt counter in the game is pretty disappointing, I'll be honest. And that Gazelle Punch has a little bit too. That's my boy. Yeah, but this is a better version of the techniques right here. Mason Diaz, my respect. Right here, boom. See that? That is a flicker jab from Ryo Mashiba. And what I like about this is that he throws it out. Now, I just gotta say, this has one of the most satisfying sound effects in all of Ippo, in my opinion, because it's like a very nice, like, scythe slinging with flesh sound effects. It's like a shing, shing, I should say. Yeah, that was a horrible sound effect. Oh, that's gonna be a horrible embarrassment. That's terrible. But it has such a nice sound effect. You would know if you watched Ippo, which I know a lot of people on my channel do not. But it's so nice. And what I like about this right here is when he uses it, he doesn't say anything like that. He just uses it. He just goes, and he's like he does Hitman style. He does Hitman style, so he goes like this, lowers it kind of like this. He doesn't really do anything with this arm that I remember, so I'm just kind of doing it like this. But he'll do this, and then he basically uses it like a whip. It's very nice. Brother. Oh, brother, and then we got this problem. Oh, this is a fun thing for me to talk about. So, I didn't move my face painting back down. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna go back down here. Because, like, usually what I do is I crop off this area, but, you know what, that's fine. You can see what YouTube likes recommending to me, what I like watching. So, the thing with this whole scenario is that this is essentially illegal. This would never happen, because you see what they're doing here. They've got stances, and they're kind of doing boxing stuff, right? This is straight up illegal. This can't happen. You would never do this realistically. He just knocked him out for a little bit, and then he got back up. Oh, green eyes of determination. I love it. I love it. No, I always thought of you a hopeless loser. Well, look at me now, dude. I'm making YouTube videos. I am a hopeless loser. But this is, by the way, great job to everyone who made this. I absolutely love you. I would love to sell my soul for this game. But what they did there at the end, right? They were fighting using boxing techniques outside of the boxing ring. Professional boxers who use their boxing knowledge outside of the ring to fight will have their professional license revoked. And what that means is they will no longer be allowed back in the ring, meaning their career is essentially over. And they just showed that there. Granted, this is a Roblox game. They probably didn't think that far ahead. Maybe they don't know anything about boxing. I was in the Discord for a little bit, and people didn't even know the names of the majority of the Ippo characters, like Volgzangi, frickin'. They didn't know his name. They didn't know a ton of stuff about Ippo. And again, the entire reason I'm making a video about this is because my friend sent me a video about somebody else reacting to this, and they didn't know Jack, and I just got super peeved because I love Ippo. So basically, you can't do that. You can't use your boxing techniques outside of the ring. Another scenario of this would be when Sawamura in the show pulled up to Ippo and Kumi and Mashiba out, you know, at a park or something, minding their own business. Sawamura pulled up like, hey, what's good? Ippo's like, we're not scheduled to fight yet. And he's like, oh yeah, is that a fact? And they like threw a punch and it like scraped Kumi. You know, Kumi falls back. And Mashiba just walks up and is like, oh, you didn't just do that. And he takes up his hitman stance and throws a few punches at Sawamura. And that starts up. They both take their stances, and they're ready to use their boxing techniques outside of the ring and fight it out. And right before it starts, Ippo's like, no, Mashiba, if you do that, you're going to be kicked out of the boxing world forever. Let me handle this. Our match is in like a week. And Mashiba kind of like, oh, that would be kind of bad for my career, I think. It was a while ago. Like in what, 2000, I think, when that happened? 2002, maybe? But, yeah. Bad boy. What'd I say about boxing outside the ring, boy? I should teach you some manners. Who told you to box outside? How dares you? You're giving a bad look for the Kamigawa gym. So, yeah. This game, I have high hopes. I really am looking forward to it. There are some things, obviously, I said I didn't like, and, you know, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. But, again, I have high hopes. I am looking forward to it. And, yeah, being the Ippo fan I am, there's gonna hopefully finally be an Ippo game on Roblox. Will I sell my soul to this game? Yeah, I will, actually. I'll probably make a ton of videos on this game, and I will probably release them much earlier than normal, because I'll probably edit them, like, right away, and I'll probably be like, you know what, maybe I'll release them right away. I don't know, probably not, maybe, because, you know, I spend a lot of time on my edits trying to make them funny, stuff like that. But, regardless, I hope you enjoyed my little rant. If you do like reaction videos, I might make more. I have one reaction video, something planned, I don't know. I promised one community that I was going to do something when it came out, so that'll happen. But regardless, I will see you all in the next video.